about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
This program is for mature audiences only.
Please have your fake ID ready.
Get out of bed, you lazy
We found the only way to start the day. Get on the go with radio. We like to use it for household music. The daily chores are never a bore. For weather information, this is the station.
Dude, how long is this freaking intro? Can we start the show?
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
I'm not letting you go to work today.
Wait, what? Everybody.
What time does this show start?
To the drive.
Morning.
You're gonna talk. Get on the phone at 339-1140. Pretty awesome, huh? Jump in on our text line at 441140.
Everyone is talking about it. You must know that.
The drive starts now.
It's the most absurd thing I've ever heard. So it's 7 o'clock here. Welcome to the drive. Happy Friday morning. We made it to a Friday. Probably not the voice you expected to hear. I'm Damien Barling. Along with Jason Ross, we are the Lo-Down. Today we are hosting the drive. We're so happy you're here with us bright and early on this Friday morning. Dave is out ill. We're not exactly sure if Dave will be back Monday or Tuesday, but we assume he's going to be back.
Yes.
Soon.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure.
Yes.
But we're going to assume Dave is coming back. So it's either Monday or Tuesday. I'm not really sure, but we're really happy that you are here with us. Happy Kyle is here. You can listen live on the KHTK app on Sports 1140, 1140 AM radio, and of course you can watch us.
What?
That's new for us. Okay, this is what I was worried about when they told us we were doing this. Is Jason is going to be playing to the camera the entire show? Like he's not gonna even pay attention to the radio show for the next 3 hours. He's going to be flirting with the camera. Like we knew, I absolutely knew the second I was told we were doing this show is that this is what's going to happen.
We're going to need to get him a mic extension where he kind of pulls the mic out and holds it in front of him so he can at least talk.
I feel the need
Jason, there's actually a camera up there over Damien's shoulder.
They can see you right there, so you can show out for that camera without turning around to the other one.
I'm confused.
This is why you do radio
I
and not television, because you don't know what camera to look at.
Well, the blue light's on over here, so that's the show right there.
No, there is. What blue light do you see?
I don't know. It says power and blue light right now. Is the light on over here? Is this going to be a problem?
It's 3 hours of this. Between the intro and Jason
you're doing good.
Between the intro and Jason looking for the right camera, this is just going to take up the whole show.
Well, I have trouble. It's still dark outside.
Yes, for those unaware, Jason is terrified of the dark, and I don't think Jason knows that it's dark in the morning and in the evening. So when he has to come to work and it's dark, it confuses him a little bit. We'll get you through it, buddy.
Okay.
We're in
try
this
my
together.
best.
We're in this together. Again, we're so happy you're here with us. We have Fleetwood Mac tickets we're going to give away. We'll let you know how you can grab those coming up at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. Sacramento Kings are back in action tonight. They're going to be in Memphis, and we got the voice of the Memphis Grizzlies joining us at 8:30.
That's right. Pete Pranica, the television voice, will join us 8:30. How about them? They've won 3 of their last 4. They just beat Milwaukee.
Told you I liked them.
Yeah.
I told you I liked them.
Jared Jackson's been good. Of course, we know about Gasol and Conley, so that'll be good to catch up with him.
Excuse me. How about the star of the Memphis Grizzlies?
Oh, yes. Our personal favorite.
Our old buddy from the Lo-Down, Garrett Temple.
Yes.
But, yeah, no, he's off to a good start. They're off to a good start. And it's an interesting game tonight because the Sacramento Kings, now the last time they played was here, the Golden One Center. The Kings beat them, but it was a slower-paced game for the Sacramento Kings. And I'm so curious as to what J.B. Bickerstaff and that Memphis Grizzlies crew was able to get off of the film from that day, because they have to know that was an atypical game for the Sacramento Kings.
Correct, yeah.
So we'll see what type of adjustments they make, and we'll talk about the Memphis Grizzlies again coming up at 8:30. We'll talk about that game throughout the day. Kings haven't played in a while. You heard Kyle mention there at the top of the hour, haven't played since Monday when they were able to beat the San Antonio Spurs. So they'll be looking for 2 in a row overall and 2 wins in a row versus the Memphis Grizzlies. We got some MVPs announced in Major League Baseball. We'll touch on that. Patrick Mahomes got an interesting endorsement offer, but not nearly as interesting as his comments about the potential endorsement. So we've got that coming up this hour, about 40 minutes from now. If you want to take part in the show, you can hit us on the Fire Wings hotline. Try one of their delicious 21 flavors of wings today. Fire Wings, just wing it, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. You can get us on the Jiffy Lube text line as well at 44-1140. And as we noted just a few minutes ago, you can catch Jason looking for the correct camera to look into over at KHTK.com as we do the live video stream. Seattle keeps their playoff hopes alive with a win against the Green Bay Packers yesterday, 27-24. We'll talk a lot about this game as well. What does it mean for both teams? Seahawks moved to 5-5. I think they're still very much in the wild card hunt.
Yeah, big win for them, right? I mean, they were at home. That's been the mystery for Green Bay, and if they do miss out on the playoffs, they're going to kick themselves for their road performance. Now, 0-5 on the road. What was it, a little over 4 minutes left when they decided to punt?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really fault them for that. You're probably thinking, well, Aaron Rodgers is going to get the ball one more time. Aaron Rodgers did not get the ball one more time.
He did not.
And Seattle with a nice comeback.
So there are two things that we noted yesterday during the lowdown. One, Aaron Rodgers, we know what Aaron Rodgers is in the fourth quarter. Oh, by the way, so is the quarterback on the other side of the field.
Right.
Russell Wilson is exactly the same way, and he can do everything that Aaron Rodgers can do with less. And we saw that yesterday. Hey, kid, wear out the clock. I call him a kid. He's been in the league forever. Hey, Russ, wear out the clock. Oh, okay. Got it. No problem. We're going to preserve this 3-point win, and we're not going to give that guy another opportunity because we know what happens when he gets the ball late in the game. And, no, we're just going to go ahead and shut this down now that we got the ball in our hands. And then you mentioned the decision to punt. How did we know in our preview for this game yesterday that Russell Wilson has the ability to control the fourth quarter and Mike McCarthy didn't?
Right.
Like, how did Mike McCarthy know that Russell Wilson was not capable of that? Green Bay is not known for their defense.
Yeah.
They are known for Aaron Rodgers. They're not known for their stands at the end of the game. They're known for their touchdowns at the end of the games or their field goals at the end of the games. That was a poor coaching decision by Mike McCarthy because we all knew that Russell Wilson was capable of that, and he should have as well.
Yeah, and the coach that you've been on alert already, knowing that.
Not alert. He's gone.
For sure.
I'm 100% positive Mike McCarthy is gone when this year is over. And I told you this a couple of weeks ago. It doesn't matter if they make the playoffs. A Super Bowl, fine. That will keep him from being fired.
Well,
but
that's
this team,
not happening.
This team makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think he's still gone. And it's not a firing. They're going to mutually part ways. And the truth is, Mike McCarthy will be employed a week later. He'll be the Andy Reid this year. And whether it's Cleveland or it's one of these other jobs that's probably going to be available, if he wants one, he's going to get one really quick.
And is this more a reflection of him and his coaching, or is it because Aaron Rodgers and there's no real public support from Rodgers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes and yes.
Yeah.
I think it's
because Rodgers could save him if he wanted.
Of course.
To. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But he's not. He doesn't appear even remotely interested in
right.
it. And we've seen it, press conference after press conference after press conference. He just doesn't, and he doesn't say Mike McCarthy's name, and he doesn't directly point the finger at. But you listen to him talk. There are subtle jabs, and then there are jabs that are very clear. Like if I just went, man, my coworkers are so difficult, man. Like I do this show 3 hours a day, and if I could just get a little help throughout the day, I'm not saying your name, but everybody knows who I'm talking about.
Right.
That's essentially what Aaron Rodgers is doing to Mike McCarthy every time he goes to the podium. They won 22-0.
Yeah.
And he threw his offense under the bus. They won 22. Who's he talking about? We all know who he's talking about. He's talking about Mike McCarthy. And that's what that is.
Yeah.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone at the end of the year. And with all of that said, that loss yesterday, they're 4-5-1, and they're far from out of it.
Yeah, but they're in trouble.
In my opinion.
Yeah, but I just don't like their odds, right? You still have not only – I mean, I guess their best route would be to somehow try to win the division, but this puts Seattle ahead of them in a wild card tiebreaker. There's a few other NFC teams that are kind of in the mix. And I know that Green Bay will watch Minnesota and Chicago this weekend, but they're getting farther and farther behind that group. And, yeah, they'd still have to finish odd. They have to figure out a way to win on the road. I mean, they're still 0-5 on the road. And even with Rodgers' great first half last night, it still wasn't enough to win in Seattle.
Here's Aaron Rodgers postgame.
Is there any hope left for the season?
Come on, Rob. What kind of question is that? Come on, man.
Can't win on the road. What are you going to be able to do?
I don't even know how to answer that, Rob. I mean, come on, what am I supposed to say? Of course there's hope. Of course we believe in each other. You know, just got to take one galvanizing moment. So whether that's a speech or a practice or something happens in the game, something's got to get this thing going. I thought we had moments tonight where that was the way we were going. You know, the defense a lot of injuries. Offensively, we lost Jimmy, but guys battled. So, I mean, nobody gave up. You know, we just didn't play well enough when we had to play well enough.
So there's Aaron Rodgers after the Packers' 27-24 loss yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny. What am I supposed to say? Basically what you ended up saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Galvanizing speech?
Yeah. Or moment or something.
I can think of one.
Yeah.
RELAX.
He's not confident enough to say that.
Is this a relax moment?
No, Mr. Schwartz, it's not. As I told these good folks here that we talk to every Wednesday, it has to be an authentic moment for times like that. But the moment will be right at one point for us to have a moment that gets us going in the right direction, and hopefully it starts with a nice couple days off here, guys getting healthy mentally, and then come back and get ready to finish out these last 6 games the right way.
I felt like I could see him say, "No, Mr. Schwartz, it's not." Like he was definitely sneering when he said that.
Oh, he was not here for anybody's. He's not here for anybody's BS questions last night.
No.
What do you want me to say? Like, no, the season's over, guys. I know. There's like 6 more games to play, 7 more games. It's over. It's over. We're going home.
Yeah.
Just a nightmare scenario for a reporter, too. You ask a question, and the player goes, "What kind of question is that?"
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Rod.
I thought it was
I
good.
would leave. I'm going home.
Retire. It's over. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys. Appreciate the tweets that are already coming in. You can get a hold of us at Damien Barling, at Jason Ross 1140, and at Kyle Madson on Twitter. Reach out to us there. Watch us live on KHTK.com. We'll come back. Again, we'll talk more about the Kings. We'll talk a lot more about Seattle, what that win means for them last night. We'll talk a lot about the Packers, what that loss means for them last night. Well, we got a couple of baseball MVPs. We'll talk about those next. You want to help those affected. For those who are curious, Kyle was working out to this song last night. You want to help those affected by the campfire, click on the Salvation Army logo at KHTK.com. There you'll see a list of items in different ways to donate. This Monday, Studio Movie Grill is offering 10% off of all proceeds from all ticket and food purchases to American Red Cross wildfire relief efforts. You want more information on that, go to KHTK.com. My buddy Tyler Jennings is actually here downstairs at the KHTK studios on 280 Commerce Circle. He's dropping off some goods that are going to be run to Chico by our amazing promotion staff here. And I'm going to do this several times throughout the day. One, thank you to everybody who has donated over the last few days, whether it's through us or a different organization, or whether you're just donating yourself, whether you're taking it to Chico yourself, whether you live in Chico and you're just taking stuff to people who need it. Thank you so much for that. And thank you to our amazing promotion staff who has really had this thing up. Not only are they doing a caravan to Chico today, but they also were at the Sacramento Food Bank yesterday.
Yes.
Doing a lack of a better term, a turkey drive. They were collecting turkeys and all that stuff. So our team is working pretty hard. And that's because of you guys, so we're greatly appreciative of that. So, Tyler, to you and your family, man, you know how much I love you guys. Thank you so much for dropping that stuff off today, Kyle.
Yeah, and I just wanted to let people know if they do want to drop stuff off, there's a gate here next to the building. Just drop stuff there. Shoot us a text at 441140 or find us on Twitter and let us know that you dropped it, and I'll run down and grab it and make sure it gets inside and into the right hands.
Yeah, Jason just reminded me that the caravan, again, I think we just said it, this is about to leave around 10 o'clock. The offices do open at 8:30, so if you're going to head out like on your way to work or whatever and it's 8:30 or later, our offices will be open. You can bring them inside.
Yeah.
But if not, if you're looking to drop them off within the next few minutes, you do what Kyle said and just leave it at the gate there.
Yeah, and yesterday was amazing how much stuff we received all through up until 5:30. There were still people. A guy I saw downstairs brought in had gone to his dentist and gathered just boxes of toothpaste, toothbrushes, all extra supplies. I mean, we've talked about hygiene yesterday, but clothes, whatever you feel comfortable donating is wonderful. It's all going to be accepted and delivered, which is really, really
I was an emotional wreck yesterday when we left at 4 o'clock.
It's there was a lot going on.
I mean, just between some of the calls that we got, some of the texts we got, what the Sacramento Kings are doing, and all of the donations that we got dropped off here yesterday. I left here. I was a disaster. And I'm already an emotional guy. I get emotional over commercials.
Yeah, me too.
But, man, that was something yesterday. And We appreciate it. Again, I can't say that enough. I don't mean to keep repeating it, but we really just we can't thank you enough. It was a phenomenal amount of stuff that was dropped off yesterday that's going to be run up to that area today. So we're going to be reminding you about that throughout the day, so please just bear with us. A couple of MVPs named yesterday. Mookie Betts, by the way. Do you know what Mookie Betts' middle name is?
I don't.
It's Lynn. His name is Mookie Lynn Betts. M-L.
I was going to say, am I supposed to get that? Got it. Okay.
His name is Mookie Lynn Betts. I did not know that until this morning.
I did not know that either.
My research I stumble across the strangest things when I'm researching show topics.
Great season.
Oh my gosh.
Great season. And there's a couple takeaways, at least from the AL race for me, was that it was a good race. Wondered about between him and his teammate, J.D. Martinez, who finished 4th.
Yeah.
But Betts was great. And then I think we just all take for granted Mike Trout because it was another second-place finish on a year where his team wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got 2 MVPs and 4 second-place finishes.
Yeah.
And that is all stats, but he's amazing. And his team didn't win nearly the amount of games that Mookie Betts did.
It's been a long time since a Boston Red Sox has won the MVP. A whole 10 years.
Yeah.
Way back in 2008 when some guy named Dustin Pedroia did it.
The drought must have been killing the fans.
Oh, it had to be.
Yeah.
I mean, Boston fans, they got it tough, man.
They've been through a lot of waiting here for the last decade's been tough for them.
I mean, the last couple of decades have been brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, just between the Bruins and the Red Sox and the Patriots, they just
Celtics.
I mean, Celtics they only got like a dozen or so championships.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Well,
it's
if
tough.
they hadn't broken up Kendrick Perkins.
They still haven't lost.
Yeah.
You know, that lineup.
Never lost.
That lineup that won that championship, was it 2008? What year?
I think it was 8, and then they lost in 10, right?
They still haven't lost.
Yeah.
That lineup with Kendrick Perkins in the starting lineup, never lost.
Yeah.
Never lost. So you know what you do when you have a lineup that's never lost? You trade one of those assets right before your next season starts.
Exactly.
Which I'll always find one of the Celtics' most interesting. He literally said the day after the finals, "We have not lost with our entire lineup healthy."
So let's break it up.
Doc Rivers said that.
Yeah.
We have not lost with our entire lineup healthy. Hey, let's send Kendrick Perkins to where did he go? Oklahoma City? Like he's made the rounds a little bit. I think Oklahoma City was the next spot that he made, but I can't remember. But God bless you, Celtics fans. Boston fans, we know it's been tough for you. And how about Christian Yelich of the okay, so this is funnier to me, way funnier, of the Brewers. The last Brewer to win the MVP was Ryan Braun.
Mm-hmm.
How did that work out?
Yeah, he got pinched a little bit later after that. But he's still a Brewer, still playing.
Pinched?
Yeah, I don't know.
We moved to the morning and now we're a cop show?
Hey, this one's for the cops, see? Yeah, but Yelich had a great second half. Great second half. His was an easier win than Mookie Betts.
Yeah, it was 29 first place votes for the Milwaukee Brewers. Set a number of career highs, including batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, home runs, runs, RBI. Basically, there's a category. He set a career high in it this year.
Yeah, nearly won the Triple Crown. Just an amazing season for him and for the Brewers. I mean, that was kind of a feel-good story for baseball.
And I feel like there wasn't a lot of traction for him until the second half of the season.
Yeah, that's when he took off. Like he was having a season.
It's a cute story.
Yeah,
it's good.
Like, wow, we got to pay attention to this guy. Wow, they're catching the Cubs. Wow, they caught the Cubs. He was a big part of it.
And Mookie felt like the opposite.
Yeah.
Like the season starts and it's like, oh man, this dude is so good.
Yeah.
And then you're watching him. But we talk about moments. We talk about this a lot with basketball. We talk about moments. Like Russell Westbrook had moments when he won the MVP. James Harden, Steph Curry, they have moments that you remember. The seasons that they won MVPs, you remember. Mookie Betts had moments this year that you remember.
Absolutely. Great season for him and for the organization to win the MVP, to have, at the stolen bases. He had everything attached to his season.
There was so much stuff down there.
That
was
awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah. Are you okay? You are.
Yeah.
When was the last time you moved that quickly? 7th grade? The mile test in 6th grade?
That's it.
You okay?
I'm good.
Is that still a thing, the mile test?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody got a 6th grader out there? Anybody?
I don't remember.
I don't expect an immediate
I do
response.
not have a sixth grader.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
I haven't made it to sixth grade yet.
Is that why it's so hard for you to find the proper camera to look at while we're doing our show?
Speaking of that.
Yes, you can watch Jason live. Why do you keep looking at that one?
I don't know. It's close up.
Well, she can zoom in. Our amazing technician can zoom in. Like, are you aware of how cameras work?
No. Not at all.
Have I told you lately you are the most delightful human being on the planet?
You have, but in different words. Not the same words were put together.
I love you, Jason. I just can't express how much I do. KHTK.com if you want to watch the live stream, if you want to be part of the show, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. You can get us on the Jiffy Lube hotline as well at 44-1140. Yes, I'm wearing a scarf.
I know. I see you in a scarf quite a bit.
I'm
not quite
a bit, comfortable in here. I don't think the stream has ever looked this good.
Are people making fun of the scarf?
Maybe.
Okay. I think it looks good.
You want one?
Sure.
You got me a scarf last year for Christmas. That was one of my favorite ones. That scarf
was that an odd
soft.
gift?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Kyle?
No.
Okay.
That's a perfectly fine gift between bros.
Right. I thought.
Now I feel weird.
Okay, we need a palate cleanser.
Yes, we do.
We'll step out. We'll come back. I found some odd stats on Tom Brady as well. And Patrick Mahomes, he's got an endorsement offer, but that's really not the story.
This is Kyle Madson with your top stories on Sports 1140. The Kings are back in action tonight in Memphis. They begin a brief 2-game road trip. The Grizzlies are coming off a 116-113 win over the Bucks on Wednesday. The Grizzlies are. The Kings, they haven't played since Monday. That was a 104-99 win over the Spurs. Our coverage of Kings-Grizzlies begins with game night at 3:30. Kings Live is at 4:30 and tip-off is set for 5 o'clock. Draymond Green and Kevin Durant were back on the court together last night for the Warriors, but it didn't matter because the Rockets pounded them 107-86 in Houston. Kevin Durant's 20 points led the way for Golden State. Green had no points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 turnovers. Speaking of the Rockets, they confirmed yesterday that Carmelo Anthony's short stint with the club is over. He won't be immediately placed on waivers, though, so his representatives can locate the best landing spot for him after Houston. That's according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. And Week 11 of the NFL season kicked off yesterday with the Seahawks storming back for a 27-24 win over the Packers. Russell Wilson's touchdown pass to Ed Dixon with 5:08 left was the deciding score in that one. The Packers fall to 4-5-1, while the Seahawks move to 5-5. It's 6:33. Time to go solar with Sierra Pacific. Last chance to get that 30% tax credit for 2018. Call Sierra Pacific now, 800-551-3040.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that loss that the Golden State Warriors had last night. We'll hear some of Draymond Green's comments coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. Also, we got to talk about Carmelo Anthony and his parting of ways, but not really.
Yeah, not yet.
I still haven't figured this situation out. And I don't like what Mike D'Antoni said yesterday. I think it's all weak.
Yeah.
On behalf of the Houston Rockets. I think the entire thing is weak. But you'll hear what Mike D'Antoni had to say. We'll present to you what's going on in Houston. You'll hear what Draymond Green had to say after the Rockets just kicked the Warriors' face in yesterday, 107-86. So we'll have all of that coming in hour number 2. Plenty more to go here in this first hour. We're so happy you are here with us. Thank you to those who are dropping off donations down on the gate at 280 Commerce Circle. Remember, our building doesn't open until 8:30, so if you wanted to drop off stuff, donations to send to campfire victims, which were taken up there, I believe, beginning around 10 o'clock today, you could just leave them at the security gate right there, and Kyle will rush down and grab those, bring them in, make sure they are safe. If you get here after 8:30, we'll have our receptionist and the entire office will be open, and you could drop them off inside. I got a Patrick Mahomes story coming up here in just a few minutes. I think I found the flaw on Patrick Mahomes. It's a big flaw, yo. But yeah, you don't sound as sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm gravely concerned now.
Okay,
but we'll deal with that in about 10 minutes. The Patriots are off this week. I think that's important to know, and we're going to dig into the entire NFL schedule. There are some fantastic matchups coming up at 8 o'clock, so we'll get you ready for all of that. But the Patriots are off this week. We know the last thing we saw. Tom Brady and the Patriots, they lost to the Tennessee Titans, 34-10, and it's reminiscent of when they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. Remember, it was all over back in 2014. It was all over after week number 4. They were I think they were 2-2 at the time, 2 straight losses. It's over with Belichick. Let's get Josh McDaniels ready. There's a backup quarterback named Jimmy Garoppolo. Let's throw him out there. Tom Brady, it's all passed him by. They went on to win the Super Bowl that year, by the way. But I feel it's worth pointing out some odd stats here in regards to Captain America. Brady has thrown just 1 touchdown pass over the last 3 games. This is fewest in a 3-game stretch since 2013. The only quarterbacks with a worse touchdown percentage over that span are Brock Osweiler and the Nathan Peterman.
That's awful company.
Brady, Osweiler, Peterman, they're in the same class right now.
Only time ever.
And it's a remedial class. Like, it's not good.
Yeah. I thought he was the GOAT.
Well, he is.
So Peterman and Osweiler are threatening to become the GOATs.
Well, I think Peterman is
closest.
The GOAT. He might be.
Yeah.
He's a different kind of GOAT.
Right.
Remember when GOAT meant bad in sports?
Yes.
And then did it change when LL Cool J came out with an album called The GOAT, which was an acronym for greatest of all time? That's when I feel like it shifted.
Okay.
NFL Cool J.
Three hours of this, huh?
Yeah, every morning.
3 hours.
Yeah.
You're so late in turning around. You're so late.
You looked at it.
You're so late.
You looked at the camera.
You're like Toby Flenderson. You don't know what to do with the camera.
Who's Toby Flenderson?
Please tell me you're kidding. This is going to be the longest 3 hours in show history. The absolute longest 3 hours in show history. All right, Jason's trying to find the camera, and we're trying to figure out why Tom Brady stinks. Here's another one, J. Ross. Back-to-back performances with the total QBR below 40 for the first time in 12 years. That's when the metrics started being tracked. Is this something to worry about? Is this something to think about? I mean, they are like 7-3 or something.
Yeah, and they came out for a loss that we kind of wondered what happened with them with Tennessee, but I think I credit Tennessee more than really blame New England. New England was rolling.
Well, so was Tennessee, though. I think that win for them against the Dallas Cowboys was a momentum builder, and I think they're a team to watch this week. Mr. Titans Wire, do you have a formerly of Titans Wire? Do you have anything have you forgotten all your Titans knowledge?
No, I still follow them pretty closely. The Titans seem to have figured something out, and their defense is very, very good. I thought the Patriots might struggle a little bit with them, especially with Vrabel's pretty intimate knowledge of Bill Belichick and what he likes to do. I didn't think they would dominate the game the way they did. I'm still not worried about the Patriots, though. I won't be worried about the Patriots until
they're eliminated.
They're out. That's how it's going to be every year.
You mentioned you think the Titans have figured something out, and we don't need to spend a ton of time on the Tennessee Titans, but they are the common denominator here in this when we're talking about the Cowboys and we're talking about this Patriots team. Because I felt like last week's win was more about the Titans than it was about the Patriots. What have the Titans figured out? They
figured out how to move the ball effectively. Their defense has been pretty good all year, but they didn't score more than 20 points, or they only scored more than 20 points once prior to their bye week. And since their bye week, they've scored 28 and 34. And Corey Davis, their second-year wide receiver, has been very good. Marcus Mariota's been better. You can tell he's getting healthy and getting feeling back in his hand. So I think their offense is finally just taking a step forward. That
player safety.
Yeah.
Player safety. Oh, it's okay. You can't feel your hand. Don't worry about it.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Put some tussin on it.
Yeah. If not, go in that blue tent.
Yeah. Go in the blue tent until it's time for you to go back out there. Right. Go, and we'll pat you on the butt like we did Russell Wilson and let you go out there and play.
That's how bad Blaine Gabbert is, though. Marcus Mariota's like, I don't know if I have fingers. And they're like, you're good.
Blaine's
Get
like,
out there.
Blaine, I have total feeling. Yeah. It doesn't
I can throw, guys.
I can feel both of my hands.
I can go. I can. Two-handed Blaine Gabbert or a quarterback who's not positive he has fingers right now.
You know what? Let's punt.
Yeah. Coach, it's first down.
I know. We'll trust our defense.
Better. A lot of wildcat.
Better odds for a muffed punt right now.
That's right.
I love that Vrabel did the quarterback play that the Patriots insist on running with Tom Brady over and over.
I ran it better.
Now, we have read about dissension amongst the Patriots now since near the end of last season. Is there any chance Belichick is trolling Brady with that play, or McDaniels is trolling Brady with that play? Like, you know what? You are the greatest quarterback that ever lived, but every chance I get the opportunity to show how unathletic you are, we're going to run this damn play.
That's a great theory. I hope so. I want to believe that's something.
I think he thought it would work. Like I don't think that there's anything to the idea that he's trying to embarrass him.
Or he is in Belichick, or he is in Brady.
Because the Patriots could not move the ball on the Titans. So I think they were like, all right, we're reaching into our bag of tricks here.
That play has not worked yet.
I guess, but they obviously thought it was going to. That's why they reached into their bag of tricks. That was the whole point there.
Okay,
they ran this trick play to try and get. They were like, Tom, can you get 7 yards? Can you run 21 feet and catch a ball? And he couldn't.
I feel like they should know that by now.
Well, they definitely know now.
Has this play been run in practice, or is it like
I'm
no?
sure
Let's not
they run
even
it in practice.
And what is he a model of grace in practice?
Just an antelope.
Like, all right, well, I know who is a model of grace when he's on the football field. That's Patrick
Kyle
Mahomes.
Madson. Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry.
Patrick Mahomes, he's great on the football field, but his eating habits, Dave, this next one's for you, buddy. If you'd like to help those affected by the campfire, click on the Salvation Army logo at KHTK.com. You'll see a list of items and different ways to donate. This Monday, Studio Movie Grill is offering 10% of all of their proceeds from all ticket and food purchases to American Red Cross wildfire relief efforts. You can go to KHTK.com to find out more ways to help. If you'd like to drop off some items that will get to Chico today, you can do that here at the KHTK studios at 280 Commerce Circle. If you want to do it like on your way in, if you want to do it before 8:30, you can. You're just going to have to leave them at the security gate because we're upstairs. We're doing the radio show. There's no one down there to meet you and greet you and give you a hug and do all of that good stuff for you. So you can leave it there at the security gate. If you arrive at the KHTK studios 8:30 or afterwards, you can come right in the front door, drop that stuff off here. We'll be really appreciative. If you can get it here before 10 o'clock, that's when I believe the caravan of trucks is headed up to Chico. So thank you to everyone who has donated, and thank you to the amazing promotion staff, not just for KHTK, but for our entire network of radio stations here that's done a phenomenal job in helping gather all of these items that you have dropped off and that we're going to try to get to victims today.
Yeah, awesome. Just absolutely powerful, and I'm anxious to see what that looks like at 10 when the trucks are leaving, just to see how much stuff we have.
I'm Damien Barling along with Jason Ross. Carmichael Dave is out ill today. Normally we're on 12 to 3 if you're unfamiliar with us. We're so happy that you're sticking around, giving us a chance. We got Fleetwood Mac tickets coming up. We'll let you know how you can win those in 11 minutes. So stick around, top of the 7 o'clock hour. We will let you know. Dave is out. Kyle Madson is still here. Yay.
You tried to get rid of me.
I love you, man. You know that. You absolutely know that. You gave me one of my favorite lines ever. So I just think you're the best person.
Well, good. Thanks, man.
How long does that line last, though? It gets staying power? It's good forever?
It was pretty good.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
I'm putting that on my book jacket, by the way. Your what you just said, the nice thing you just said about me, that's going right inside the book jacket.
You're writing a book?
Yes.
What's the book called?
The Kyle book.
Boy, that sounds...
Book. That's still working title. I've got a lot of working autobiography titles.
I got a potential one for you here.
Life S * KS is one of the working titles.
How about this? And we can credit Steve Kerr.
Right now we're banged up spiritually. I mean, that's there's no getting around that. So we've got to fill up our cup and get our spirit back, get our energy back, and we're going to. It's a long season, and it's a tough stretch.
Banged up spiritually by Kyle
me.
Madson.
Yes, that's perfect.
All right.
That describes me to a T.
You're going to be pretty banged up when we have to talk about the Warriors getting beat up. We'll hear what Draymond Green had to say as well.
I'm right there with Draymond, by the way.
Of course you are, and I'm sure most Warrior fans are. I'm sure most NBA fans are. If you didn't hear what Draymond Green had to say, we'll have that coming up for you at 7:30. Patrick Mahomes might have catch-up for life if he's able to set a single-season record with 57 touchdown passes this season. Heinz Ketchup, which used 57 varieties in its advertising, tweeted the promise to Patrick Mahomes on Thursday after the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback told ESPN of his love of that particular condiment. He even puts it on his steak. He went on to say, I don't know if we have the sound. Brutal. I don't think we do. he said he put it on his macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
You just going to brush that off as if that's okay?
Why is that a problem? I need 3 reasons.
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
1, it's disgusting.
Why?
That's actually 1, 2, and 3.
So, I mean, again, I don't do this, but why is it disgusting?
Why? Okay. What?
Because it's macaroni and cheese. Those flavor profiles are totally different.
Like the cheese
it's
is
pasta and tomatoes.
That's no.
That is in its most simplistic form.
Right.
So I think that's as simplistic to say it's tastes terrible.
That's simplifying it to the point of inaccuracy.
Does he go?
Ooh, another working autobiography title.
What, ketchup and mac?
No, simplified to the point of inaccuracy.
Tell me ketchup and mac doesn't look like a very dangerous linebacker duo. Like if we
that
could,
John Gruden would
not
trade.
in Oakland, yeah.
Could we nickname Raekwon Smith ketchup?
Yes.
So we have ketchup and mac out there. Oh, and then when they got their hands on Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl, woohoo! I forgot where we were. Now
Heinz Ketchup wants to give Patrick Mahomes
now all I'm
ketchup
thinking
for life.
about is Kyle Madson's autobiography names.
So ketchup and mac and cheese.
What I'm curious, does he take the bottle and go like, the zigzag lines all over it? Or does he dip? Like the mac?
Nah, he definitely goes zigzag lines over it. He probably does that with his ketchup too, that weirdo.
Well, that's what I was talking about.
Or with his French fries, I mean.
Oh, yeah, dude, that's just un-American.
Yeah, but he's
Put it
highly
to the
accurate.
side.
He is accurate, though.
Extremely.
Yeah. Again, I just don't think it's as I think people are just totally offended.
It's not gross. Like it's not. It's just weird.
Have you said the parameters of how he gets the lifetime supply of ketchup yet?
He's got to hit 57 touchdowns.
Oh, okay.
Which is 2 more than the current record held by the Sheriff Peyton Manning, which is 55.
And you said Heinz has done this before.
Right, with Joe DiMaggio, I believe. They offered him, I don't think they offered him ketchup for life. They had a massive endorsement deal. Now think about this.
That's
back
why the
in
hitting streak ended at
whatever
56.
whatever year it was. They had a massive endorsement deal planned for Joe DiMaggio when he hit 57. It didn't have to end at 57, but he had to get to 57, and it ended at 56.
Who the heck is Heinz to be like, yeah, 55 touchdowns is great. Get to 57 and we'll talk. Oh, you got to 56 games, 56 game hitting streak? That's cool. Get to 57, and then you can have our endorsement, Joe.
But what's the pay? But there's no payoff for it's Heinz 57. Like, what's the payoff if it's there? What? Okay, you know what?
Life.
That was so good. We're going to rename our company Heinz 56.
What I don't the ketchup for life thing with Patrick Mahomes. Like Patrick Mahomes is doing fine financially. I make far less than Patrick Mahomes. I can get ketchup literally whenever I want to get ketchup.
Do you have a drawer? Do you have a drawer?
I definitely don't. I have a bottle though.
You have a bottle? No,
yeah,
no.
Stay with a bottle of ketchup.
Do you have a drawer with ketchup packets in it?
No.
Jason?
No.
Do you have a drawer with condiments in it?
Like condiment packages?
Yeah.
No.
I do not. You know who does? The host of the show.
Yes.
Not this host.
It's in his glove compartment.
The one who's It's the backpack he walks in.
Yes.
Like we walk in with iPads and show prep material and our notes. Dave walks in with condiment. You never know. You never know when you're going to need a good soy sauce.
He leaves that out of his Hoblet reads. Actually, there's a condiment drawer in there, but he always leaves that out.
But he leaves it out because it's an add-on. Like you have to ask for it when you go to Hoblet. Like, hey, I need the Carmichael Dave condiment drawer.
Yeah. Like a texter is suggesting, or they have barbecue sauce in their mac and cheese. Is that weird?
Who's they?
The texter.
So I'm going to use a line.
But is that weird? There's actually people that, I mean,
I feel like barbecue chicken mac is like a different thing.
I'm going to use a line that Jalen Rose uses, and I'm going to leave it at that. This is a cultural thing. And I'm going to leave it at that and let everybody figure it out on their own. This is a very cultural thing, Kyle.
I do not put ketchup on my mac and cheese. And that's not a cultural thing. That's a taste buds thing.
I just
I guess on your steak, like you ruin steaks like that.
I think I did that when I was like 8. We appreciate all the nice texts that are coming in. I want to remind everybody who's sending Jason and Kyle and I nice texts. Dave is going to read all these, and his feelings are going to be hurt. So please text us something nice about Dave, so when he reads these in 4 hours, he feels good.
Yeah.
And we love you, Dave. We hope you get better. He probably is. He is up. He's listening. He's watching. He's watching Jason trying to find the camera. We got Kings basketball tonight. We'll talk about that. And what NFL teams are most desperate for a win this weekend? That's next here on The Drive.